At Unison, our concept is simple: co-investing in a person's home in exchange for a percentage of its change in value later on. But how we calculate who gets what can seem a bit complicated, and that's what we're here to fix. Let's start with our agreement, an option contract. When it comes to your home, essentially, it's a contract stating that we're willing to pay, say, 40% of your home's current value in exchange for getting 40% of its future value. Before we get into details of how all this works in real life, there are some important terms to understand. Original agreed value. This is the agreed-upon dollar value assigned to your house at the start of the contract. It is determined by an appraisal or recent purchase price, minus a small risk adjustment so we can deliver our product more quickly. In this case, let's say it's $1 million. Investor percentage. This is the percentage of the home's future value Unison has the option to purchase for an upfront, agreed-upon price. In this case, let's say 40%. What Unison pays you for its investor percentage is called the total option price. Here's where it gets tricky, so pay attention. The total option price is paid in two parts. The first part is the initial payment, the money we give you at the beginning of your agreement. That's also known as our home co-investment. The second part is called the balance payment. That's what we will still owe you at the end of our agreement in order to exercise our option and receive our percentage of your home's value. We'll show you how that works a little later. Finally, there's the ending agreed value. It's what your home sells for or is worth at the end of the agreement. So let's try an example. Say we co-invest with you on a home with an original agreed value of $1 million. You'll grant us the option to purchase 40% of your home's value, and that option costs us $400,000. Part of that, a sum of $100,000, we give you up front as an initial payment. The balance payment, in this case $300,000, we'll set aside for now. Then we wait for up to 30 years. You get to live in your home and use your home co-investment money however you like, with no interest or monthly payments due to Unison. Hopefully, the home appreciates in that time so that we can both share in the gains. In this example, let's say you sell your home 10 years later for $1.5 million. Here's what happens. Unison has an option to receive 40% of that sale price, but to get it, we have to exercise our option by crediting you with the balance payment. So we take the ending agreed value, in this case $1.5 million, times our 40% investor percentage to get $600,000. But we still owe you the $300,000 balance payment that we're on the hook for in order to exercise the option and claim our share of the property's value. So we settle up by deducting the $300,000 we owe you from the $600,000 you owe us. What's left is what Unison gets. The rest of the sales price goes to you, although you may still have obligations like your remaining mortgage to pay off. Unison also shares in the downside if you sell your home at less than the original agreed value. In rare cases of significant home depreciation, the value of Unison's option could be less than the balance payment required to complete our purchase of the option. In that case, we simply don't exercise our option, and you keep the initial payment, although it may be subject to tax in the same way a forgiven debt can be taxable. Overall, we only have the right to exercise our option and receive our percentage of your property's value at certain agreed-upon times, like you selling your home once 30 years pass, or less pleasant things, like when the last homeowner passes away or there's a material default. So that's how it all works. We're agreeing to pay for 40% of your home's current value in exchange for getting 40% of its value when you sell or terminate the contract. We give you some of that 40% upfront, which is the part you're most interested in, the home co-investment. The rest carries over until the agreement ends. Then we settle up and share in the ups or downs together.